Day 947 off the grid. What do we have here? This is a piece of junk that came from Mavtech that could have been at the tip, but it's not so junky after all if you know what you're looking for. Look at this big transformer here. Yeah, I'm building another battery charger. I thought to start filming this before I dismantle it too much. I've already started. Imagine that these stud rectifiers were still mounted there. This crazy earth tag was connected to there as the output terminal. And all this stuff was just hanging around, much as it is. I found out that these are about 10 volts AC when measured as AC. The DC output was about 17 volts, so I'm thinking battery charger. I need a better battery charger for the lighting batteries because the current super cheap auto, supposedly 8 amps, but really 4 amps smart charger thing is not so smart after all, really. And one thing that I'm increasingly believing when running smallish generators is that power factor is incredibly important. In other words, if your power factor is crap, you're going to overload and wear out your generator, whether you're overloading it in terms of wattage or not. After all, that's why they rate generators in volt amps and not watts. Because when you have a 1.1 kVA generator, that's the maximum volts times amps you can draw from it. Whether that's only producing 800 real watts or not, you know what I'm saying. Power factor is king. So I'm going to convert this into one very simply. I'm just going to reinstate these two stud rectifiers because this is a full wave transformer. It's got a center tap and 2 outputs, so you only need 2 diodes. Just connect that to some clip leads, throw it on the battery when I start the Jenny soon and see what she gives. Strip out all this sort of unnecessary stuff. And if I like this and want to continue with it, I'll rebuild it with the stuff in there that I want. So that's basically that, really. And here's the completed simple charger. Strip everything else out of there except for the rectifier and the transformer. So we've got full wave rectification, just added this extra tail here, used the existing connection that they made, put this terminal block on, my output leads here, just running this test lamp at the moment. You can hardly hear it humming, another really good, nicely made old transformer. So now it's just a matter of starting the generator and hooking this up to a battery bank to be charged and seeing how many amps that we natively get pushed in there. We can do what we did with the other battery charger, add a filter capacitor, but if we get a sufficient amount of amps, it'd be nice not to, because batteries do benefit from a dirty DC rather than having it super smooth, although you can't help that when you're using solar panels. But when you've got a AC source that's being rectified, if you can leave it as a, I've heard of people calling it a sawtooth. It ain't a sawtooth. It's just simply rectified AC, which gives you a whole lot of humps at 100 Hz. Commonly known in the old days as dirty DC. I kind of like that. We'll leave it right there, eh?